Hi everyone, it's Chris Petri. Thanks for coming by. Hey everyone, we're going to actually do a little fun portrait work today. We're actually going to do some sketching on the basic layouts of portrait work. I plan on in future videos to do some drawing and painting with the human form and the human head. I know some of you are maybe brand new to this. You might have been working on this for a while. You might also be really good and well on your way to doing, the figure, the portrait, the human head. But I thought for people that might be a little bit new to this, where you've done a little bit of work on the human form, but you might have not really drilled down on a lot of the details of it, I figured we would just go over some of the real basics of it. And for people that are brand new here, this would be perfect if you're just thinking you always wanted to try doing some portrait work and some figure work, but you just didn't maybe have a book that you could reference for some reason, or you didn't think you might be able to do it. I'm here to kind of just help you realize that it's kind of simple. It's just learning a few basic things you can jot down on some note paper, a notepad, a sketch pad. You can put one of these sketches in your studio, pin it up on the wall, practice it every once in a while. And once you learn the basic layout of the human head, let's say in a frontal view, you can have a ton of fun just doing frontal view portrait paintings and drawings, and not having to get so much into the real more sophisticated angles of doing the human head. There's a lot of different things you can practice on, but once you learn this basic layout of the human form, the human head, you're going to be fine. You'll learn this, and then you'll be able to adjust as you're going and maybe doing more sophisticated or difficult poses or drawings. So basically here we're just going to go over it. The human head is, you can divide it. It's an egg shape. So let's, you can always take a photo capture of this, a screen capture. You can also pause the video and draw this quick. Or you can take your time, pause the video. We'll do this again. We'll just go over it a second time. But this is just the basic frontal view of the human head with, eyes, nose, mouth, ears, a little bit of hair, hairstyle, and a little bit of shadowing and light and shadow on the human face here. So let's start again. I'll put this across from me. So I'll just reference this again. So essentially I'll get maybe the top of the head, and then we said it's like an egg shape, so it's a little bit like an egg. It kind of starts out a little bit larger at the top area, and then as it comes down we have more of that egg shape. And that's just a basic idea. The human form changes with each person. So everyone, might have minor variations to this, but this is just your basic idea. And then now when we have the oval, the egg shape of the head, we're going to say that we can divide it in half from the top of the head to the chin. We can divide it approximately halfway, and that's going to give us our eyes, the center of our eyes, center approximately. So, and that's kind of like a hat. So you can kind of think of it as if you were to put a hat on a oval, it kind of fits nice right where the eyes are. So that halfway point. So then over here on the left, we come out to the left side over here a little bit, and we make marks coming out from the top of the head here, bottom of the chin. And then we'll do like an arrow, and we say that's halfway. And this is halfway here. Okay. We divide it there halfway. Then we say, let's divide it halfway going vertically, the human head. So we go here and we say, all right, this is the center point of the head. So we just do a quick little light sketch going down like that. And then if we just do a line up here and a line up here, we just recall that it's halfway. And this is the center mark. So this is the center, and this is where the nose, the bridge of the nose would be. So now we are going to say that if we think of when we draw in our eyes and our eye sockets, if we could just think of a pair of glasses, it works really well. I learned this way. It's the best way I think I've seen. So we just we make one lens of the eyeglass, and we make two lenses of the eyeglass here, maybe a pair of round, maybe or rectangular glasses. So those two round areas, that would be our two eye sockets. And then typically the distance between the two eyes is one eye length. So we have one eye length, so that would be in between the two lenses is an eye length. And then from the side of the lens to the side of the head where the ear is at the same level. We could just put an ear there. There's an eye length between the corner of the eye to the side of the head where the temple is. One eye length here. So if you can imagine, you have our right eye, our left eye, our eye length in between the two eyes, and then an eye length from the corner of the eye to the side of the head, and the same over here, an eye length between the corner of the eye and the side of the head where the temple and the ear are. And then we, of course, we're calling this frontal view. Okay, so that's really, now we've got the real good basic start here. Our eyes, where our nose is going to be, and our ears. Now we're going to do another division here. We're going to say from the eyes halfway. So again, we're going to divide the length between the eyes and the chin halfway. That's going to be the bottom of our nose. So if we just bring that across here, that's going to be the bottom of our nose. And we just do a little sketching here. I'm using just a crayon, black crayon, pencil. So if we just have our indication there, bottom of the nose. Then we're going to go and divide this one more time, but so that we don't, maybe we can, we'll work over here now on the right side, just so we don't get too much information on one side. So we're going to go across here, and this is the bottom of the nose, bottom of the chin. And then if we divide this into thirds, like that, and we just put arrows in between each, just so we remember that's the span in between each level mark. This would be 1/3, 1/3, and 1/3. Now we're going to say that the first third here is going to be the top of our lips. So we can just put our top of our lips there. And then just below that, we'll have the bottom lip, and then a little bit of a shadow under the bottom of the lip. The light usually, in normal conditions, you'll see the light usually, you'll see a little bit of light on the bottom lip, top of the bottom lip, and then the chin is here. So sometimes there's that bowl, that bowl at the bottom of the chin, like that. So now we've got a really good basic layout. So this is, really fundamentally what we can use. And you could do a few more things too. You can say the center, let's do the eyeballs here. So we're going to do just a quick indication of our eyes. And then the center of our eyes is going to be approximately the corner of the mouth. So we can bring our corner of our mouth a little bit more to this area here. And then from here, it's a lot of fun. You can start shading in to kind of build some light and shade in your drawing. And you can add in some hair. We'll do some hair and some shading. But this is really the basic layout. You have, these helpful scales and division marks will keep you right on track to where you have to be with all your main features of your of the human head. You'll have your eyes where they're supposed to be, then bottom of the nose, the lips, bottom of the chin, top of the head, and then from here you're fine. You can actually start doing portraits. It's really fun. You can do these in pencil. I do them in pen a lot of times too. It's fun just to draw these in pen. Contour drawing style, where you just start in one place and kind of travel through and do some work with just doing contour drawing with a pen or pencil, and then sometimes drawing it with a regular mechanical pencil's fun. You can do it with magic markers. You can even paint it. You can just work with a paintbrush without using any pencils or pens, trying just to use this. Once you have this basic design here, this layout, you can draw this out a few times. It's actually best to draw this out a lot until you have it all memorized. So you have all the features of the face all memorized really well, and then you'll be fine. Then you won't really have to worry about it anymore. You'll have it committed to memory. And that's about it. So this is it. This is really the fun of it. I hope you're all going to try this and work on this. And eventually here on my channel at Chris Petri, we're going to actually work on doing this and painting this. So we're going to do paintings and do the watercolor washes and show how we can create beautiful watercolor paintings of portraits, starting out with our sketch and then doing subsequent washes of watercolor, beautiful colors to add to this to make it more beautiful and exciting. So I hope you enjoy this. I always say please subscribe if you can. You'll be alerted when my new videos come out. We're going to be working more with the human form. For those that want to make a start of it and kind of just work along with us, you'll get more familiar with it, drawing and painting the human form, the human head, portraits. And we're always going to stick with our normal routine of doing watercolors every week and also doing other drawings, contour drawings of various subject matter. And I hope everyone's going to have fun with this. One more thing I would say is once you start to get this main features completed, you can start putting in some shading, and that really helps too. If we're going to, let's say, put in some shading, we're going to have some eyebrows here. So we can add some more details here. We have some eyebrows we can do, and then we can do some shading in the eye area. It's usually we have a little bit of a shadow over the tops of the eyebrow. Underneath the eyebrows we have some shadowing usually. The light, and then here we can have some shadowing along the nose. So now once you just use a little bit of the crayon, you can kind of work in some shadowing that kind of helps give the portrait a little more definition. It kind of just makes it look a little more realistic. So we're going around the mouth area, the dental arch here. We're darkening up the lips a little bit. We're not filling in every single line. We kind of leave things a little bit, you know, light and fun. Here we might have some shadowing on the cheek area, under the cheekbone. So that sometimes is a good some shadowing there, some shadowing maybe on the sides. Sometimes there's a little shadow on the, and you can kind of round the shadows a little bit. That makes it makes it feel the roundness of the human head. And that's someone that might have just a little bit of hair. You can add some hair in here. We could do glasses here. I think we'll do some glasses. And we could do some hair here. And you add in some hair, a little bit of hair. And you can start working and having some really fun time of this here, just doing some. And then you can sometimes add, this is where if you were copying, trying to do someone famous, you would start putting in more details that you see in your picture that you're drawing from. So you start off with a basic real rough egg shape like we did. You start out just maybe getting in some of those really light circles for the eyes, the glasses. We always remember the glasses, the rim glasses. And then once you get that, and then you get your location of the bottom of your nose and your lips, you're pretty good. Then you can start using some light and shadow that you see in a photograph to start to almost build a pattern of light and shadows on your drawing. And then that can kind of really help to define more of the look that you want for your portrait. All right, so I hope everyone had a real good time doing this quick, fun portrait here, getting the basics of it. And we started out, we recall, with our the same thing. I just repeated this pattern, and I repeated this exercise twice. And here's the original that we did, that we worked from. So you can keep using your original drawing, and you just keep working with your original drawing. And then when you start your next one, you're going to do the same thing. You'll start out with your egg shape and just go right through again with dividing the egg shape in half again for the bottom of the nose. And you keep working at it like this, and before you know it, after you've practiced this 20, 30 times, you'll have it committed to memory, and you can just have a great time with it. Okay, we'll see you on the next video. Happy painting and happy drawing.